Welcome to Prison Cop 101. I worked for the California Department of Corrections for approximately 26 years and some change. I started in 1986 and I retired in 2012. Now I'm going to be putting out a series of informational videos for all of you prison junkies, all of you people out there that want to make corrections a career, and all of you that are already on the job that want a new twist on how to do it. Now my first series of videos are going to cover the different positions that a correctional officer is going to find themselves assigned to at some point in their career. And the first position we're going to cover is a floor position in a housing unit on a level 3 GP yard. There's a variety of duties that a floor officer will perform in a housing unit. But one of the biggest ones they will do, and they will do it consistently over their career, is bed moves. In this video, we're going to go over on how to process inmates into your building and out of your building when it comes to bed moves, and I'm going to put my little twist on it that not every officer does. So the first thing you're going to do as a floor officer is you're going to check your 154s. That's your movement sheet. And on that 154, it's going to have the inmate's CDC number. It's going to have his name. It's going to have the building he's coming from. We'll say A1 202 low, and he's coming into A2 126 up, and that's your building. So you're going to be processing this inmate into the building. And on this 154 sheet, you can have 1 to 5 inmates on that sheet. Now there's going to be a variety of different bed moves that you will be dealing with when you're a housing cop. We're just going to deal with a simple bed move for this video. Now you're going to be dealing with an inmate Gomez coming out of orientation building. He just got off the bus. Like I said, he's got no property. All he's got is his 2 sheets, his blanket, and hygiene products probably. And he's got a bed card. What that bed card is a disciplinary card. It's going to notate any time he got in trouble while he was in building 1. And on that card, it's going to have his picture. So he's going to be coming into your building. First thing you're going to do is you're going to pop his cell door. You're going to have him put what little property he has into the cell. Then you're going to have your porters get Gomez a mattress, a pillow, hygiene products, toiletries, and cleaning supplies for his cell. While they're doing that, you're going to have inmate Gomez step into your office and have a seat. When you have an inmate in your office, that inmate is always seated. You want to keep the inmate at a disadvantage in case something goes sideways. This way, it gives you time to either get your ass kicked, kick his ass, or go find help. First thing you're going to do is you're going to take the bed card from inmate Gomez. Then you're going to ask for inmate Gomez's CDC ID card. And this is what that looks like. This is a typical CDC ID card. The only difference is at the top you'll see a sticker on the top of it and it says A2 126 up. That's my little twist. Anybody that comes in my building, their ID cards get taped and their cell number will be put on their ID card. The reason you want to put the cell number on the top of that ID card, because if you're not working, if you're on a holiday, if you're sick, if you're on vacation, you're going to have some other cop working behind you. So when these inmates come in an inline, hopefully that cop's checking ID cards. And on the top of that ID card, it's going to have A2 126 up, so this officer knows that this inmate lives in this building. You won't believe how many buildings I've worked on overtimes where the inmates are coming in, they got nothing on their ID card. I don't know who the hell they are. Come on in, gentlemen, pick a cell, any cell. I don't know who you are. So you always want to designate the cell number on the top of that ID card. Another reason you take the ID card is you're going to make 5 copies of that ID card. You want the picture off that ID card. So the 5 copies, 1 copy goes on a file card. Another copy goes on the picture board behind you in your office. On that picture board, you have 200 slots because you have the capacity to house 200 inmates in your building. So each slot should have a picture in it. If it does not, it should say empty. The next copy goes up to the gunner because he has a picture board up there. Another copy goes on an informational form that I put on all the cell doors in my building. That's my twist. Most cops don't do it. I think at my facility, I was the only one that did it, except maybe AdSeg. So those are the different reasons you make the copies of the ID card. Another one is I always have an extra. That's for that cop that's looking for inmate Gomez, doesn't know what he looks like, comes to the building, I give him a copy. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to conduct an interview with inmate Gomez. And all the information that inmate Gomez gives me, I'm going to put on a file card with his picture. This is what that file card looks like. It's got his picture, his name, his CDC number. At the top, it's got his affiliation. It'll have his county, his city, his hood, neighborhood are set. It should have his AKA on it, his nickname, and then I'll notate the tattoos. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have inmate Gomez take his shirt off because I'm going to check his tattoos. Because inmates, they're blasted with tattoos, and usually it's going to say what gang they run with, it's going to say what county they come from, and it might even say the set, and it'll have their AKA 9 times out of 10. If he takes his shirt off and there's nothing on him, he'll be designated a non-affiliated inmate. So I'm asking inmate Gomez to take his shirt off. He may not want to do it. He said, why do you want me to take my shirt off? I'm not taking my shirt off. I'll just tell you the information you want to know. Never go that route. Always have the inmate take his shirt off because the body doesn't lie. Lips lie, the body doesn't. The inmate can tell you anything, then the next thing you know, you see him out on the yard with his shirt off and his body's telling you the exact opposite of what he told you in the building. So always have the inmate take his shirt off. If he refuses, have him stand up, have him exit the office, have him go talk to his people. He'll go talk to his people. They'll tell him how you run your building, that you interview everybody that comes in the building, whether it's the lowest child molester or the biggest, baddest gangbanger on the yard. If they come into your building, you interview them. And the reason you do that is because you want that information. Your building is like a neighborhood, okay? You want to know all the players. You want to know who all the law-abiding citizens are. You want to know who all the gangbangers are. You want to know who all the players are. And the only way you're going to do that is if you interview them coming into the building, or if you interview them when you get assigned to that building, you interview the existing inmates that already live in there. It may take some time to do it, but that's one thing you need to do. That's a twist that I always put on this job. Like I said, a lot of officers didn't do it, but you know what? If you're going to run a well-ran building, you got to know the inmates that live in your building. If you go on lockdown, the sergeant calls up, hey, Southerners are going to be put on lockdown. Do you know who your Southerners are? I'm going to tell them, yeah. Okay, I know who my Southerners are because I interviewed them. Okay, one fix a lot of cops get themselves into, the sergeant will call, do you know who your Southerners are? No, I've got 80-something Mexican inmates in my building. Okay, I've got South, I've got North, I've got Border Brothers, I got Paisas, I got Guatemalans. So now I got to interview these guys to figure out who my Southerners are. Always do it when you first get to the building or when you get a bed move into your building. That cures all your problems. Having said that, inmate Gomez comes back to the office. He has a seat, he decides to take his t-shirt off. So I notate all his prominent tattoos. Then I ask him what county he comes from. I ask him what city. I ask him what set. I ask him what his AKA is. And I notate that on that file card. And that file card gets put in the file cabinet for future reference. All this is, what you're doing is you're setting your building up for the officer that will work behind you. Okay? You know your guys. That officer that comes in doesn't. So you're setting him up for success. He's got instant information. He can check on the picture board, he can check on the file card, or he can go to the inmate's door because there's going to be information on that inmate on the door also. And this is what that piece of paper is going to look like. All right, this will go on every door in your cell. Now that's instant information for anybody that comes into your building. You got all kinds of people that come in every day. You got medical staff that come in and distribute meds. And I don't know how many times I've had to deal with a nurse that will not give an inmate his meds because he's lost his ID card or he doesn't have proper identification. This cures all that. It's right there on the door. There's his ID card. It may be a copy, but it's all the the information you need to give this inmate his meds. Medical staff loved it. That's another twist. Hey, think outside the box. Information is gold inside a building. Okay, I hope this video was informative, and I'll be putting out some more videos in the future. So you guys all stay safe out there and watch your six.